Across the construction site, long stretches of dirt and rock lined both. The roar of heavy engines echoed through the air as clouds of dust dripped from a distance. The entire site looked like a machine that never. Every worker, every truck, and every machine had a. There was no sign of slowing down, even for a moment. Audra's fleet of small transport trucks continued moving in a. One truck entered the site while another was already heading back for the next load. Trip after trip, the transport line never stopped operating, even with the long distance between loading points and the work area. The material still arrived right on schedule every single time. No delays. No interruptions. Fresh loads of dirt and rock kept pouring into the project nonstop. It quickly became the most reliable transportation operation on the entire site. At the beginning, Oda was working completely alone. He drove a small yellow bulldozer through the middle of the massive construction zone. By himself, he faced huge piles of dirt and stone waiting. The workload kept growing heavier with every passing minute. The non-stop pressure could be felt everywhere across the site. One side had just been flattened and leveled properly, with the ground slope carefully adjusted to match the project line, when another truck immediately arrived to unload again. Fresh piles of dirt quickly formed once more. The unloading process never seemed to stop. One bulldozer alone simply could not keep up with the pace. The moment one section was completed, another task immediately appeared right in front of him. The work just kept coming non-stop. There was barely enough time to pause and catch a breath. Even so, Oda remained calm and focused the entire time. He handled the small yellow bulldozer with steady control. The blade lowered smoothly into the ground, while the machine maintained a consistent speed. Its tracks rolled powerfully across the soft layers of freshly dumped soil. The pressure on the site kept increasing. The tasks became heavier and more demanding, while truck traffic continued without slowing down. Still, Oda stayed firmly at his position. He continued working tirelessly, without complaining and without losing focus. His precise operating skills kept the entire process moving forward. But eventually, the amount of work became far too large for one person. No matter how hard he worked, it was difficult to keep up alone. The project pace slowly began falling behind. The bulldozer could no longer match the speed of incoming materials. More unloading points started appearing across the site, and additional support became urgently necessary. Then, at the most critical moment, a second small yellow bulldozer finally arrived at the construction site. The situation immediately began to change. The two compact bulldozers officially started working side by side. The difficult one-man struggle was finally over. Both machines were compact in size, yet powerful enough for the demanding workload. Together, they moved across the open work area efficiently. Their coordination became naturally synchronized. Each machine took responsibility for different tasks, creating a much smoother and more effective workflow. One bulldozer stayed close to the unloading trucks, quickly pushing away the freshly dumped dirt and rock. This prevented materials from piling up and blocking the work area. Meanwhile, the second bulldozer handled the larger leveling sections. It carefully flattened uneven surfaces across the ground. The two yellow bulldozers moved continuously across the site. Their tracks rolled steadily over the soil. Dirt shifted from one side to another, showcasing the combined power of machinery and teamwork. One machine pushed forward, while the other supported from behind. Left and right moved together in rhythm. Front and back worked in perfect coordination. Every movement flowed smoothly, without interruption. There was almost no wasted motion. The huge piles of dirt that once covered the site were quickly cleared through their combined effort. The ground was spread out evenly and compacted more efficiently. Overall productivity improved dramatically. The traffic bottlenecks and material pileups disappeared. The entire worksite finally began operating smoothly again. Under the bright sunlight, construction vehicles continued moving nonstop. The deep roar of bulldozer engines echoed constantly. Slowly, every layer of earth started taking shape beneath the machines. Little by little, the entire landscape transformed. Audra's transport fleet continued hauling materials tirelessly. Odor and the two small yellow bulldozers maintained steady progress together. Each operator had a responsibility. Each machine had its own role. And everyone gave their full effort to the project. They used every valuable moment to keep construction moving forward. There was no panic and no confusion. Only responsibility, focus, and continuous hard work. Everything continued moving steadily ahead. This earth-moving project became proof of persistence. It showed how determination could overcome overwhelming pressure. At the same time, it also revealed the true strength of teamwork, machines working side by side. Operators staying fully focused on every movement, and countless silent contributions made through ordinary construction work with persistence and patience, along with skills refined through experience. The once chaotic ground slowly became a stable and organized foundation. Step by step, the earthwork project continued advancing steadily, efficiently, smoothly, and with clear coordination across the site, building a strong and reliable foundation for the road ahead.